Hey, what's up everybody? This is Nate here. I know I've done a couple reviews on this amp now, but I just wanted to do another little review. I'm kind of bored at work and I got the subs out of the back seat just for a few hours, so I always lift up the seat and check all my connections and just look at this beautiful amp. But no, really, this amp, guys, I'm telling you, it's so badass. I really can't explain enough how awesome it really is. You know, I had the Sundown SAZ, 1500 for years, 10 years literally. I had two different ones. I have the same power forever. And it was a great amp. I would probably buy it again in the future if it was cheap or something, as an extra or whatever. But this Brutal Sounds amp, guys, it is just so good. The sound of it is so crisp and clean. I was thinking, maybe, a 1500 or a 2100 watt amp, for 350. I was super skeptical about it, just because, so many amps, are $500-600. You got the PSI, $600. The Audio Legion, I think it's $600 too. The Sound Cubed 2200 watt, I think it's about $400 maybe, give or take. The Ampere Audio, the Sundown SAE audio amp, $500. This one being 350, that's a hell of a deal. Ryan Blankenship, as I've said, and I'm sure I'll say it again, did a review on the amp and did a dyno review on it too, and it had great results. It did 2300 watts certified at 1 ohm and like 91% efficient, which is just fucking amazing. I mean, you can't find many amps for the price, and the quality as this amp. A lot of people say the Orion XTR 2500 watt, oh shit. Well, setting off my alarm here. Yeah, I just set off my alarm. My bad. But the Orion XTR 2500, a lot of people talk about that because it's 350 and it does 3,000 watts, whatever it is. Which that's awesome, whatever. But a lot of people want a true watt amp. If this does 2100 watts, I want at least that. But a lot of people don't want a ton of extra watts, or they would buy a bigger amp. This one does 2300 watts. It's rated at 2100, which I think is great. A couple hundred watts extra. Obviously it's on the dyno. A lot of people say this and that about the dyno, but it is what it is. It's still a dyno run. In the real life, it'll still put out 1900, 2000 watts. Easily. It's just a bad boy. I got a 2 Phi Alpha 12s fully loaded. 750 RMS is what they normally are, with all the options on there and the BP compression plug and stuff. The guys at Phi told me it adds about 200 watts, so we'll say about 950. And the Sundown 1500, it pushed them great. I did a 141.6 on the dash, and then 142.6 in the kick, which I was super satisfied with that. The last time I went to Slamology, and I had my 18 of my Honda Accord, and it did 140.5, I think. So I just wanted to beat that with the 212s, and I did that, no problem or whatever. But again, this amp, it's just, I can't wait to go to Slamology next year, see what I do. I got all 0 gauge. I have a little bit of OFC, then the rest is CCA, which I know a lot of people don't like, but that's just what I could afford at the time. I got my 200 amp fuses down there, then I got one up front too. I got my Excess Power D3100 amp up front, and then my Platinum O'Reilly AGM battery under the hood. My batteries are wired in parallel. My volts don't do too bad. I mean, obviously they're not great, but it is what it is. I'm on stock alt 160 amp alternator, so yeah, and it is what it is. I had the SAZ 1500 for a while, and I just wanted a little bit bigger, and if I sold it, I sold it, and if I didn't, I didn't. Well, I ended up getting it sold, and had the guys well, I'm not going to mention the name because I don't want them to think I'm bad talking them, because, you know, they were nice about everything and everything. But I bought this amp, the SCV 2000 used, hooked it up, had nothing but problems out of it. Hooked it up, kept turning off, turning off, turning off. My volts were great and everything. So long story short, I ended up sending it back. And a buddy of mine said, hey, check out this dyno, you should get this amp. And it was Ryan Blankenship's video, this Brutal Sounds amp. Fell in love with it. You know, I watched the video a couple times, just, you know, took notes, whatever. You know, compared. I was gonna get this amp. I thought about getting the Audio Legion stuff and the Sound Cube, but this amp did better on the dyno than the Sound Cube. It was more efficient. Ryan Blankenship said that this amp, he says, is one of the best 2K amps you can get for the price, and in general, price doesn't matter. He said it is one of the best 2K amps you can get. Take that for what it's worth. I know it's all just an opinion, so don't strike down on me for my opinion. But you know, it's a great amp, guys. It stays super, super cool. I'll bump, like last night, for instance, I drove home. I worked 20 minutes away, so pounded all the way home for 20-25 minutes, and then pounded all the way to another town. You know, so I bumped for almost an hour straight, and this amp didn't even budge. Stays, you know, really cool and everything. And I got under the seat, you know, plenty of ventilation or whatever. I run all 0 gauges, you can see. I got my New Concepts cables here. I can't remember which ones they were. Were they Karmas or whatever? But they're like the second highest one you can get. I only paid like just under 20 bucks for them. What does it say right there? I don't think the name's on there. Oh, Crystal cables. You see that? Barely, maybe. Crystal cables from New Concepts. I've loved New Concepts. I've been getting those for 10 years. I got a 10 gauge OFC speaker wire, and like I said, some of my power and ground wire is CCA, and some of it's OFC, and then the red and blue thinner wire, that's for my Stinger voltmeter. If you can see it right there, right under where my ignition is. I got my old Kenwood Exelon KDC X993 head unit. I've had that thing for 10 years. I bought it refurbished from Crutchfield, like I said, 10 years ago. That CD player has been in every single one of my cars I got. Like I said, great CD player. But yeah, guys, if anybody's thinking about this amp, like, seriously, do it. Here's all your settings real quick. We got my gain. My gain is about just about halfway. It has been set with the DD1. For all the people that says, oh, just about quarter. It's been set with the DD1, so it's good. My subsonic, it's going right there. You can see it's. I think it's like between right over 25, about 27. Bass boost down, keep it down. Obviously the frequency of the bass boost is down. LPF is right around, it's going this way right here. I think it's about 90, maybe 100. Phase all the way down. This is your master slave or whatever. Push it in, push it out, whatever. It is linkable if you want to do that. Tiffany style RCAs, which, you know, that's a big thing too. A lot of these newer amps don't even have that. It's a Xenon Build House Korean amp. A lot of these new amps, if you pay attention, like the PSI, it is damn near identical to it with the one speaker terminals and everything. It's almost identical to it, which, you know, that's a good thing. This is a $350 amp, and it's built just as good as a lot of these new amps are that cost a lot more money. That means a lot. Doesn't have a fuse, that's why I have my 200 amp fuse down there. Obviously 0 gauge and everything. But yeah, guys, this amp, great amp, and I highly recommend it. If you have any questions, hit me up and check out Ryan Blankenship's video. Check out my other videos for my Nissan Titan and or my Phi Alpha subs. So hope this helped you guys out, and have a good one. We'll see you later.